Your company is looking into a new phone system, and Cloud PBX is one of the options you're investigating. Well, and one of the things you really want is to make sure your Cloud PBX integrates with Salesforce, because that is a CRM that your company is using a ton of. So you definitely want to be able to integrate that into the phone system for several reasons. Well, if that's the case, I wanted to make a quick video and explain some of the things you should be looking for in terms of what does our system integrates with Salesforce mean. That can mean a lot of different things. So I wanted to give you some of the options there of a checklist of, okay, does it do this? Does it do that? Does it do this? Does it do that? So before I get started, however, if you want to know which service providers, which Cloud PBX solutions your company should be quoting, which are the best ones that integrate with Salesforce for your organization, don't Google it, don't look on the internet forever, just contact me. More information on that at the end of the video, but just wanted to throw that out there really quick. All right, so your company wants a Cloud PBX solution that integrates with Salesforce. Well, what exactly does that mean? Okay, the first feature that could be included with a Salesforce integration would be what we call incoming call toast pop-up. So what that is that as an incoming call comes in, your Cloud PBX service provider through the Salesforce integration finds that contact in Salesforce and gives that little pop-up in that right-hand corner of your desktop screen of an incoming call and who the person's name is by actually matching the phone number that's coming in with the contact that's within Salesforce. And that's helpful because, especially if you have a lot of people answering the phones quite a bit, they can really customize that experience, that customer experience when they call in. They can say, oh, hi, Mr. Johnson, thanks for calling us. How can I help you today? It also gives the receiver of the call a quick way to click on that toast and go right into that caller's contact information or their Salesforce record, I should say, and see all the information within there. So they don't have to search Salesforce. So it saves a couple clicks for the person on the other end of the line, so that when they do receive that call, they can just go right to the person's information and get it all right there. Another easy feature that you want to make sure a Salesforce integration includes is click to dial within Salesforce. So if one of your company's employees is inside Salesforce and they have a contact open, can they just click on that contact within Salesforce and create an outbound call without having to leave Salesforce? So simple thing there that you're probably already thinking about, but that's definitely something that you want to include on the list with a Salesforce integration with your Cloud PBX provider. A third one that a lot of people don't really think about is that Salesforce automatically communicates with your Cloud PBX and automatically logs an activity for a contact for phone calls that are made or received from that contact or made to that contact. All those activities are automatically included in Salesforce so that your employees do not have to go through the process of saying, hey, I called this contact today, let me enter that as an activity into Salesforce. That's automatically logged into Salesforce. So we all know that you could tell your employees to log that information all the time and they're going to forget half the time, or maybe just don't want to do it because it's a lot of just tedious work for them to have to do. And maybe it's not cool to ask them to do that anyways. It takes a lot of time and sometimes it's barely even used. So, but that's nice for an integration to automatically include all that so that you can see from a management perspective, or maybe a new account manager comes on board and they can see how often this person calls in or how often they've been called, automatically logged. So that's a nice feature you want to make sure your integration includes. Okay, so something else you want to think about is that all of your call data is available in the Salesforce reporting module, so that when you pull reports on Salesforce, it's including all the activity that's coming from your phone system. So those two systems are talking to each other. So not only is activity logged automatically in Salesforce, but the call activity is also available in the Salesforce reporting. So that's something you want to make sure that checkbox is checked with a Salesforce integration with your Cloud PBX provider. Another one that you might want to include is to make sure you can send and receive calls without leaving Salesforce. So if you have an employee that's within Salesforce and an incoming call comes in, it's coming in through Salesforce, through an integration with the Cloud PBX provider, and they're not having to leave Salesforce at all to answer that incoming call. And vice versa, if they want to make an outgoing call, they can do it within Salesforce without leaving Salesforce. Finally, the last feature you might want to make sure that your Salesforce integration includes is the ability to, within the Salesforce calendar, create an audio or web conferencing or video conferencing appointment and invite the Salesforce contact without leaving Salesforce. So create a calendar invite that has a link to an audio bridge or a web conferencing bridge, all within Salesforce without having to leave it. They don't have to go to Outlook. They don't have to go to the Cloud PBX application. It can actually generate a link on the calendar invite from Salesforce without leaving Salesforce. So just another thing that you want to make sure is on your checklist of integration features with Salesforce for your Cloud PBX. I hope that was helpful. Again, don't feel like you have to research all this stuff on the internet. I know the videos are helpful, but at the same time, just reach out and contact me for knowing which vendors you should be quoting and more information on what you should be quoting, what features you should be asking about. This is my job. I'm a broker for all the major Cloud PBX service providers that you can ever imagine that you'd want to use. So based on your company's requirements, I'll tell you which specific vendors your company should be quoting and why, and I'll also introduce you to the right people within those companies and make sure you guys get the best quotes available. I've been doing this for around 20 years, so I know the industry inside and out, and the nice thing is I don't charge you a dime for my services. As a broker, the Cloud PBX service providers pay us our broker fees, so you don't have to pay us anything for it. So no excuse not to reach out and give me a call. I'm happy to help. If this video was helpful, don't forget to hit the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. Catch you on the next one.